Okay, so we've just viewed the video for the last time, and you were talking about an inference regarding the author's purpose and the impact you wanted it to have. So as you are taking those notes down, I would like you to turn those notes into 3 sentences. So first, what is your inference about the author's purpose? Second, the impact you think it was supposed to have. And third, a piece of evidence as to why you think that is the impact that the author wanted to have. So use something from what you've seen to explain your view. So Ms. Carson's going to pause me here while you guys work and then share what you came up with. All right, so hopefully you have shared some ideas as to why the author wanted to create this. Some things you might have said include learning from each other, learning from younger generations that older generations don't always have things figured out, maybe making the best of a difficult situation, maybe how spending time together is what matters most of all. There's a lot of different things you could have said. In terms of the evidence, you might want to call attention to the hug at the end that shows us that spending time together is what's really important, or the really cool clouds that they were able to make just by changing the way things were done before. That's an example of the type of evidence you would want to use. Now, why would we spend time looking at this video when what we're talking about is close reading? Well, first of all, anytime you're encountering a text, you are reading, whether that's a video, a commercial, a story, a long story, a novel, a advertisement, anything, you're reading. So it doesn't really matter what we practice with, although in the future we are going to practice with some text together as well. However, I think it's really useful to see how these skills can be applied to something short like a video. And when you look at what you've written, now you've written a bunch of stuff about this text just by going through it 3 times. And we got to something really deep in terms of the meaning of this story that we might have been able to come up with quickly, but we are more likely to be able to support and explain if we've gone through it more than once. So again, remember our title today is that good readers never read a text once. As you grow as a reader and a writer, one of the things that you will have to grapple with is that the first time we read something, we rarely get it all. That's just science, folks. We can't take in all the information the first time. So we do have to spend time going back and doing it again. Now, I know that that can be demanding and take time, but it's so important in terms of understanding what the text wants us to understand. Not just saying, oh, I read it, I know what's going on, but now you really understand. You really have dug deep into how this text is structured, why the author created it. That is the work of reading, and that's the work of good readers. So hopefully today you can take some of these skills and start applying them to what you're reading in your lessons. A lot of the comments that I've given you on your submissions is to go back and reread the module that took you to the task that you had to do. Sometimes you've missed a part of it or you haven't paid attention to one of the screens. And hey, that's life, right? We're all there. We all make those kind of mistakes. But doing that before you submit it. There's the dog. Let me pause you. Sorry, Amazon delivery. So anyway, like I was saying, if you go back and look at what you've created before you submit it to me, then you're going to be able to start catching those errors or those mistakes before you send them. The same with your module exams. So when a question is asking you something specific about a text and you have to write a short answer to me, going back and rereading that passage before you write it, again, if it's a passage question, is going to help you answer that question better and more fully. So I appreciate your time today. I hope you enjoyed the little cloud video. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you next time.